Hello everyone, this is Sucharita. So I'm from NTR Educational Institutions and Excel Academy. I teach environment and current affairs. So today I'm going to take up one topic which is both related to environment and even it is in news also. So the topic which I take up today is National Green Tribunal. So National Green Tribunal was created in the year 2010 under National Green Tribunal Act. That is India is the third country to come out with a National Green Tribunal which is exclusively dedicated to protection of environment, conservation of forests and even conservation of other natural resources. So India is the third country to come out with the exclusive tribunal only after Australia and New Zealand. Coming to disposal of cases, so whenever a case goes to NGT, it is supposed to dispose this case within 6 months. That is the important thing. So mainly here, whenever it disposes case within 6 months, so here it is like reducing burden on conventional courts. So we have Supreme Court and High Court where exclusive cases will be taken up. So in order to reduce the burden on these conventional court where we have a lot of pending cases, so we have this Green Tribunal where it acts like alternative dispute resolution mechanism. So where we can reduce burden on other courts. Coming to the composition, NGT it consists of chairperson, we have expert members and we have judicial members as a part of this tribunal. So composition will be usually of minimum of 10 members and maximum of 20 members, and chairperson will be appointed by central government in consultation with Chief Justice of India. Then coming to the powers, exactly what this Green Tribunal is having. So coming to the powers, whatever the order which is issued by National Green Tribunal will be like any other civil court's order. So we are supposed to follow whatever NGT issues just like any other civil court. And then it can also come out with punishments and fines also. So whenever anybody violates any of such environmental laws which are existing in India, so it can go for imprisonment or in few cases it can impose fine, and in few cases both imprisonment and fine. If you take this case currently also, so very recently, if you take Vizag gas leak tragedy also, so NGT it imposed some 50 crore fine on LG Polymers mainly to compensate the victims. So NGT is one such body which may punish people or any agency related to environment whenever there are such violations, and it may impose fine, and in few cases both can be done. That is the thing. And coming to the importance of NGT, so NGT mostly it reduces burden on conventional courts where it acts like ADR. That is the first important thing we have. And one more thing is with this alternative dispute resolution mechanism, so we are reducing our burden, and here one more thing is faster disposal of cases can be seen as we have the 6 months of time. That is one more important thing. And next thing is even nowadays if you see most of the industrialists and even we have few environmental regulators, so even they are worried that if suppose they commit some mistake or if they violate any of the environmental laws, so they are worried that NGT will come out with any of its orders because it can take these cases on suo motu basis also. So in these cases they are worried that whenever NGT comes into limelight, automatically they will be imposed with fine or any kind of imprisonment. So because of that, NGT is acting like one alarming thing where most of them who violate these existing laws, they are worried. So because NGT covers mainly 7 environment related laws existing in India, starting from, so we have Water Act 1974, then we have Water Cess Act 1977. So mainly NGT covers 7 laws. Next we have Forest Conservation Act 1980. Fourth act we have is Air Act 1981. Next we have Environment Protection Act 1986. Then sixth one we have is Public Insurance Liability Act 1991. Then seventh act, which is part of National Green Tribunal's ambit, is we have Biological Diversity Act of 2001. Okay, so these are the 7 laws which are part of Green Tribunal. So whenever there are violations related to any of these laws, then automatically Green Tribunal will come into spotlight and it can take any kind of action. That is one more important thing. And other than these things, one more important thing about National Green Tribunal is, so it fulfills a few of our constitutional features also, or few of our principles also. So starting from fundamental right, so we have fundamental right called Article 21, which talks about right to life. So right to life here includes right to healthy environment also. So National Green Tribunal ensures that citizens of India are having access to healthy environment. So in one way, whatever the judgments which are given by NGT, they fulfill this Article 21, which is one of our fundamental rights. Then as a part of DPSP, that is Directive Principles of State Policy, we have Article 47, which talks about protection of environment. So it is like moral responsibility of state to protect our environment and even its wildlife, forest, etc. And one more thing is we have Article 51AG. This is about fundamental duty. So as state is taking the responsibility of fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy, so here fundamental duty is for citizen. So it is the duty of citizen to make sure that he protects our environment and he shows some compassion towards living creatures. So all those things will be part of 51A, where here 2 things where state takes up responsibility, and here one article is there where we take up the responsibility as a responsible citizens of India. So NGT covers all these things mainly. So whenever there are violations, so it comes into spotlight automatically, and at the same time it fulfills few of our constitutional principles also. So these are the few important things we have related to NGT, but again there are few challenges also. So there are few challenges to National Green Tribunal. So mainly people say that especially industrialists and few capitalists, they have an opinion that NGT violates this principle, something like economic growth. So whenever NGT comes out with any of its judgments, especially, it will have impact on growth, because when NGT usually issues its orders whenever they violate any of our environmental principles. But again, we know that there will be a constant tussle between growth and conservation, or development versus conservation mainly, which is a main tussle we have. So automatically, whenever you come out with any judgment with saying that will have impact on environment, automatically that will be against growth. So that is one more important thing, or one of the biggest challenge this NGT is facing. And next thing is, important thing here we have is, so there are lot of backlogs with NGT or lot of pending cases. Here the purpose, what is the main purpose of NGT? So we say that it delivers judgment on a fast track basis. So where you get judgment done in a quicker manner, or usually we apply a principle like justice delayed is justice denied, where mainly to reduce burden on conventional courts and get justice done in a quicker manner. So we have created this NGT, but the problem now is it is having lot of backlog cases. So that is one of the important problem NGT, that main purpose of creating NGT itself is not fulfilling. That is one more important thing. So these are the few challenges, And there is one more important thing. If you look at these laws, there are two important environment related laws which are not covered or which are not under the ambit of NGT. Mainly, we have something called Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. That is one important act. And next we have is Forest Rights Act, or usually we call it as Traditional Dwellers Act, Scheduled Tribes and Scheduled Rights Act. So usually, so this Forest Rights Act and Wildlife Protection Act, so which are very important acts. One is related to protection of wildlife, and second thing is related to protection of rights of scheduled tribes, especially who are living in these scheduled areas. So these are the two important acts we have, and they are not part of NGT. So that is one of the biggest challenge, where the very purpose of protection of our environment or protection of wildlife and protecting the rights of scheduled tribes, all these are not served in a better manner by excluding these two laws. Okay, that is one of the biggest challenge they are facing, or NGT is facing currently. So after discussing all this, so just coming to the recent judgments given by NGT, or few of the successful judgments if you take. So if you take in 2015, so it came out with a judgment that especially in New Delhi region, where we see a lot of pollution, so NGT came out with the order that all those 10-year-old diesel vehicles, they should not come onto the roads. So simply banning of 10-year-old diesel vehicles is one of the order given by NGT, which is under implementation currently. And next important judgment we have is again in 2017, where we had this Art of Living festival held on Yamuna banks. So it is not wrong to come up with any kind of sessions or any kind of festivals, but here the thing is, there are lakhs of people who gathered over there, where they dump a lot of waste there, so which results in pollution of Yamuna there. So in order to compensate the victims, and especially where it had some impact on environment and natural resources, so NGT imposed some 5 crore fine on Art of Living Foundation. That is one thing. And very recent one we have is this Vizag gas leak tragedy, where NGT it took this issue on a suo motu basis without anybody's complaint, and it imposed some 50 crore fine on LG Polymers, where this amount will be compensated to victims. So these are the few things we have related to NGT.